the city of dreams, where people come with hope in their hearts, believing they can turn their lives around. A place where glittering skyscrapers rise against the backdrop of a busy coastline, where Bollywood dreams are born, and where the country's wealth flows. But behind this dazzling facade lies a very different reality. A reality of millions struggling to make ends meet, living in cramped slums with barely enough to survive. In this city, the rich and poor are neighbors, but they live in completely different worlds. How can a city so full of wealth also be home to such staggering poverty? This is the story of Mumbai's mega divide, a look at the sharp contrast between rich and poor in India's most iconic metropolis. The luxurious life of Mumbai's elite. On one side of Mumbai, life is full of luxury and comfort. Here, you'll find the wealthy elite, business tycoons, Bollywood stars, and powerful politicians. They live in multi-million-dollar apartments with panoramic views of the Arabian Sea. Take Mukesh Ambani's residence. Standing tall at 27 stories, this skyscraper is more than just a house. It's a symbol of extreme wealth. Complete with ballrooms, swimming pools, and a staff of hundreds, Antilia is a palace in the sky, far removed from the noise and chaos of the streets below. For Mumbai's rich, life is filled with international travel, luxury cars, private schools, and designer clothes. They live in gated communities, isolated from the city's harsh realities, where they rarely interact with those outside their social circles. To them, Mumbai is a place of endless opportunity, a city where dreams truly do come true, but only if you can afford to chase them. How did it get this way? The divide between rich and poor in Mumbai didn't happen overnight. Millions of people have flocked to the city in search of better lives, but the city's infrastructure simply hasn't been able to keep up. While the economy boomed for the wealthy, creating lucrative opportunities in industries like finance, real estate, and entertainment, the poor were left behind, forced into informal, low-paying jobs. Housing in Mumbai has become incredibly expensive, and with nowhere else to go, people have built homes in informal settlements like Dharavi. As the city grew, the gap between the rich and poor widened. Today, this divide is more visible than ever before. The coexistence of two worlds, a daily reminder. What's truly striking about Mumbai is how these two worlds coexist side by side. You can walk down a street where on one side, there's a towering luxury apartment building with shiny glass windows, and on the other, a cluster of slum dwellings made of rusted metal sheets. For the poor, the sight of wealth is an everyday reminder of the opportunities they don't have. For the wealthy, the slums are often out of sight, invisible behind the walls of their luxury homes. But these two worlds aren't separate. They are intertwined. Many of the people who live in the slums work as maids, drivers, cooks, and security guards for the wealthy, their labor making the lives of the rich more comfortable. Yet they go home to vastly different realities. It's a coexistence that can't help but stir feelings of injustice and inequality. How can a city as prosperous as Mumbai allow so many of its people to live in such dire conditions? The impact of the pandemic. A widening gap. The COVID-19 pandemic brought this divide into even sharper focus. For the rich, the pandemic meant staying safe inside their homes, working remotely, and having groceries delivered. For the poor, it was a crisis of survival. Many lost their jobs, and with no savings to fall back on, millions of people faced hunger and uncertainty. The slums became hotspots for the virus, with overcrowding making it nearly impossible to control the spread. The pandemic exposed the deep inequalities in Mumbai. While the rich had the resources to weather the storm, the poor were left to fend for themselves, struggling to meet even their most basic needs. The gap between rich and poor, already wide, grew even larger as a result. In the face of hardship. Despite the struggles, the people of Dharavi and other slums in Mumbai have shown remarkable resilience. Dharavi has become known for its entrepreneurial spirit, with its residents creating small businesses that generate millions of dollars each year. From leather goods to handmade pottery to recycling, the slums of Mumbai are hubs of economic activity. In fact, Dharavi's recycling industry is so efficient that it plays a key role in managing the city's waste. It's not just about money, though. There's an incredible sense of community in the slums. During the pandemic, residents came together to support one another, organizing food drives and sharing resources. It's this spirit of solidarity and resilience that has allowed Mumbai's poor to survive, even in the most challenging of circumstances. Is there hope for bridging the gap? So, what does the future hold for Mumbai? Can the city bridge the gap between rich and poor? There are initiatives that give hope. NGOs and community organizations are working tirelessly to improve living conditions in the slums, provide better access to healthcare and education, and create more opportunities for Mumbai's poorest residents. There are also government-led efforts to address housing shortages, though progress is slow. But lasting change will require more than just local efforts. Mumbai's government will need to take bold steps to ensure that the city's growth benefits everyone, not just the wealthy few. This means investing in affordable housing, improving infrastructure, and creating more job opportunities in the formal economy. The emotional toll, living between extremes. Living in Mumbai, whether rich or poor, comes with its emotional challenges. For the wealthy, there's often a sense of guilt or discomfort when confronted with the realities of the slums. Some may choose to ignore it, while others feel compelled to help. For the poor, the presence of wealth all around them can be a constant reminder of what they don't have. It's a feeling of being left behind, of striving for something better, but constantly facing barriers. But despite these emotional challenges, Mumbai remains a city of hope. For many, the dream of a better life is still very much alive. People continue to come to the city, driven by the belief that Mumbai holds the key to their future. And while the divide between rich and poor may seem overwhelming, there's a belief that change is possible. Mumbai's tale of two cities. Mumbai is a city of stark contrasts. It's a place where billionaires live in luxury, and millions of people struggle to survive in slums. The city's mega divide is a symbol of the broader inequalities that exist not just in India, but in urban centers around the world. But Mumbai is also a city of hope. Its residents, especially those living in the slums, have shown time and again that they are capable of incredible strength and resilience. They've built businesses, communities, and lives despite the challenges they face. While the gap between rich and poor remains wide, the story of Mumbai isn't just about inequality. It's about survival, determination, and the human spirit.